Hello Army, back again on our Pop Facts channel, which always presents the latest news about BTS. Surprising news came from Jimin BTS, who is currently undergoing military service. In the midst of his heavy duty, Jimin showed his gratitude and joy because his best friend, Suga BTS, was finally free from the case that had worried him. Come on, watch the full story in this video. As is known, Suga BTS was recently involved in a case that shocked many fans. Although he doesn't want to talk much about this problem, ARMY is faithfully waiting for good news from the much-loved rapper. This case is indeed quite burdensome for many parties, especially for Jimin, who is very close to Suga. Jimin and Suga are known to have a very close relationship, like brothers. Even though Jimin is on military duty, news about his best friend certainly continues to reach his ears. And when Suga's case was finally resolved without any major problems, Jimin felt very relieved and grateful. According to a close source, Jimin was reportedly very happy to hear that Suga was able to get through this ordeal with his head held high. The news brought great happiness to Jimin, who is currently living a tough life as a soldier. Even though he is far from the media spotlight, Jimin continues to monitor the development of his friend's case. Interestingly, Jimin's gratitude is not only shown in words. Several of Jimin's close friends in the military said that he had shared stories about his feelings of relief and happiness with several of his fellow soldiers. This shows how much Jimin cares about his friends in BTS. Many fans also felt Jimin's relief. On social media, ARMY flooded various platforms with messages of support, not only for Suga, who has gone through this case, but also for Jimin, who continues to provide encouragement in the midst of his military duties. It is undeniable that the friendship between BTS members has always been one of the reasons why this group is so loved. Jimin and Suga always have a special bond that is often seen in various moments, both on stage and behind the scenes. This moment also shows how solid BTS is, even though some members are living different lives, such as Jimin, who is in the military, and Suga, who is busy with his solo schedule. Their support for each other is very inspiring for many fans. The news of Suga's release from his case also gives new hope to ARMY. Many believe that this is a good start for Suga to continue his music career without any burden. Jimin also seems to be looking forward to the days when Suga is active again in the entertainment world. In several previous interviews, Jimin has said that he always appreciates every moment he spends with Suga. He even often mentions how Suga has always been an inspiration in his life. So, it's no wonder that Jimin is so touched by Suga's freedom from this problem. In the midst of his happiness, Jimin also continues to carry out his military duties with full dedication. According to reports, Jimin is known as a disciplined and highly dedicated soldier. Even though he is far from the spotlight, Jimin continues to show an extraordinary attitude while carrying out his state duties. Suga himself also did not remain silent. After his case was over, he reportedly felt very grateful for the support given by fans and his colleagues at BTS, including Jimin. Suga also expressed his gratitude through a touching short message. Suga's message was certainly very touching for Jimin, who can now breathe a sigh of relief because his best friend is free from all problems. This moment is a reminder that their friendship is very strong, even in the most difficult situations. Jimin's happiness is also inseparable from the support of ARMY, who continue to give encouragement. BTS fans are always there to provide support, both in good times and bad, and this further strengthens the relationship between BTS and ARMY. As time goes by, fans hope that Jimin and Suga will meet again soon after Jimin completes his military service. Many are looking forward to a new collaboration between the two, which will certainly be a moment that is highly anticipated by ARMY around the world. That's the happy story of Jimin, who is grateful and happy because BTS's Suga is finally free from his case. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel for the latest updates about BTS and other members. See you in the next video, ARMY. The close togetherness and friendship between Jimin and Suga has always been in the spotlight of fans. Every time there is a moment where they support each other, both in their work and personal lives, ARMY always welcomes it with enthusiasm. Jimin is known as someone who is very caring and warm towards his friends in BTS. When one of them faces a problem, especially a problem as big as Suga's, of course Jimin feels very devastated. So it's no wonder that when Suga was finally free from his case, Jimin became the happiest person. Suga and Jimin have a unique bond. Although their personalities are different, Suga tends to be calmer and more introspective, while Jimin is more cheerful and expressive. The two complement each other. On various occasions, Jimin often admires how Suga is able to stay calm in difficult situations. This is also what makes Jimin feel relieved that his best friend was able to get through the ordeal with his head held high. For Jimin, Suga is an example of calm in a storm, and now the storm has passed. Not only Jimin, the other BTS members also showed their happiness over Suga's freedom. As a group that has been together for over a decade, they have been through a lot together, both good and bad. Suga's release is a victory not only for himself, but also for all BTS members and ARMY who have given their endless support. This moment strengthens the belief that friendship and support for each other are always BTS's main strength. Jimin also did not hesitate to express his happiness to fans. Although he is currently serving in the military, through a source close to Jimin, it is known that he feels very relieved and grateful. He considers Suga's success in getting through these difficult times as a blessing and a reason to continue fighting, both in his career and in carrying out his national duties. In the midst of the rigors of military training, this good news is certainly an encouragement for Jimin. Many ARMYs are waiting to see how Jimin will react when he can finally talk directly with Suga after his military service ends. Of course, they hope that this reunion moment will be very emotional and full of emotion, especially after all the challenges that these two friends have faced. Fans are also hoping that there will be a moment where Jimin and Suga return to the studio to work on music together, considering that the two often collaborate with extraordinary results. In the past few months, Suga himself has shown a more open and emotional side to fans. After being free from the legal problems that had been looming, he seemed more relaxed and focused on his work again. As a very dedicated artist, Suga always gives his best in every project, and now, without the burden of personal problems, he can again pour all his energy into creating amazing music. This moment also reminds fans that even though BTS is in a different phase with some of its members undergoing military service, their friendship and togetherness remain strong. Even in the midst of their respective challenges and business, they continue to support each other and give each other strength. This is one of the reasons why BTS is so respected,